You think dementia suddenly appears with memory loss? Think again. What if I told you that your brain actually leaves subtle clues years before those memory problems even begin? Neurologists know exactly what to watch for in their own families, but most people are looking at the wrong signs completely. But it's not about forgotten keys or missed appointments, so we need to look deeper. The most dangerous warning sign is actually something completely different, but 93% of families miss this crucial personality change entirely, so catching it early could mean the difference between years of normal function or rapid decline. We're about to decode 6 shocking behavior changes that neurologists watch for, and trust me, some of these will completely transform how you think about brain health. But understanding these signs isn't just about awareness, so it's about buying precious time when interventions work best. Number 1. Visual spatial processing difficulties show up in ways you'd never expect. But what's truly alarming is that these changes can appear up to 6 years before any memory problems, so neurologists consider them critical early warning signs. Picture this. Your loved one who's been driving for 40 years suddenly starts parking awkwardly, misjudging distances at intersections. But it's not about aging eyes or slower reflexes, so these changes actually signal something happening deep in the brain's parietal lobe. Here's what to watch for. First, notice if they're bumping into door frames more often. Second, look for new scratches on their car's sides. Third, pay attention if they're suddenly struggling with depth perception when reaching for objects. Studies show that 82% of early-stage dementia patients showed these spatial awareness changes, but families dismissed them as normal aging. But there's a simple test you can do at home, so ask them to draw a simple clock face and set it to a specific time. Speaking of unexpected warning signs, what happens in your brain during sleep might be even more shocking. In fact, one particular sleep behavior increases your dementia risk by 500%, and most people don't even know they're doing it. Number 2. Your peaceful sleeping partner suddenly starts throwing punches in their sleep, acting out their dreams with startling intensity. But this isn't just a bad dream, so neurologists now recognize this as REM sleep behavior disorder, a warning sign that multiplies neurodegeneration risk by 500%. Most people brush it off as restlessness or stress, but brain specialists know better. Studies show that 73% of people who experience this sleep disorder develop neurodegenerative conditions within a decade. But there's more to the story, so let's break down what you need to watch for. Here are the 3 key signs. First, notice if they're making fighting movements during sleep. Second, listen for them speaking full sentences while sleeping. Third, check if they're getting out of bed while still dreaming. The solution starts with documentation, but don't panic, so take these steps. Record episodes on your phone, install bed rails for safety, and most importantly, schedule a sleep study. Early intervention can reduce risk by 60% through targeted medication and sleep therapy. But while sleep changes are visible, there's another subtle shift happening that's even harder to spot, one that starts in your nose and signals brain changes up to 10 years early. Number 3. When your morning coffee suddenly loses its aroma, or your favorite foods taste different, your brain might be sending you a critical warning. But here's what neurologists know. Loss of smell can precede cognitive symptoms by up to a decade, all due to something called tau protein accumulation. So this isn't just about aging, it's your brain speaking volumes. Research shows that 89% of early-stage dementia patients experienced smell changes years before diagnosis, but families rarely connected the dots. But understanding this link, so you can take action before memory symptoms appear. Here's your action plan. First, try the peanut butter test. Can they smell it from each nostril at the same distance? Second, notice if they're over-seasoning food suddenly. Third, watch if they stop noticing household odors like gas or burning toast. The good news? Early detection through smell testing is now 87% accurate in predicting cognitive decline. But don't wait. So schedule a smell identification test with a neurologist and consider adding smell training exercises to daily routines. But while smell changes might seem straightforward, there's an even more subtle shift happening in how the brain handles everyday tasks, and it's causing 78% of families to miss crucial intervention windows. Number 4. Watch your loved one trying to follow their favorite recipe, the one they've made 1,000 times. But suddenly, they're struggling with the sequence, mixing up steps, or leaving ingredients out completely. So this isn't about being distracted. It's called executive function decline, and 78% of families mistakenly dismiss it as simple stress. Neurological research reveals that the ability to complete multi-step tasks deteriorates up to 7 years before memory problems surface. But here's the shocking part. So studies show that 91% of early intervention opportunities are missed because families attribute these changes to just having a bad day. Here's your detection toolkit. First, observe if they're abandoning complex hobbies they once loved. Second, notice if bill paying becomes overwhelming. Third, watch for increasing difficulty with planning holiday meals or family events. The solution? Create structured routines now, but don't just simplify tasks, so implement these proven strategies. Break complex activities into written steps, use digital reminders, and maintain a consistent daily schedule. Early intervention can slow decline by up to 45%. Speaking of decline, there's another change happening that's even more subtle. It's hidden in everyday conversations, and it's showing up in ways that even close family members often mistake for normal aging. Number 5. Listen closely to your loved one's conversations. Are they using simpler words, struggling to follow complex discussions? But what seems like normal aging or hearing issues actually reveals something crucial. Language pattern shifts can appear 5, 8 years before diagnosis. So when vocabulary simplifies, your brain might be sending an SOS. Research shows that linguistic changes predict cognitive decline with 85% accuracy. But families often attribute these changes to fatigue or hearing loss, so they miss this critical window for early intervention. Here's what neurologists watch for. First, notice if they're using thing or stuff instead of specific words. Second, track if their stories become less detailed and more circular. Third, observe if they withdraw from group conversations, claiming it's too noisy. Try this at-home assessment. Record regular conversations and note changes over time. But don't stop there, so implement these brain protective strategies. Engage in daily word games, maintain social connections, and practice storytelling exercises. Studies show these activities can slow linguistic decline by up to 63%. But while these behavioral changes are important warning signs, there's now something even more powerful in detecting dementia risk, a revolutionary blood test that's changing everything we know about early detection. Number 6. Modern science has unlocked something extraordinary. Advanced blood tests can now detect abnormal brain proteins up to 20 years before symptoms appear. But despite this breakthrough, less than 2% of at-risk adults receive this crucial testing, so we're missing countless opportunities for early intervention when it matters most. These revolutionary biomarker tests are 96% accurate in predicting future cognitive decline. But here's the game-changing part. So early detection through these tests can triple the effectiveness of preventive treatments. Here's your action plan. First, discuss family history with your doctor. Having a first-degree relative with dementia doubles your risk. Second, ask specifically about plasma biomarker testing, especially if you're over 50. Third, understand that insurance now covers these tests for high-risk individuals. The science is clear. Catching abnormal protein buildup early can change everything. But don't wait for symptoms, so be proactive. Studies show that combining biomarker testing with lifestyle changes can reduce dementia risk by up to 70%. Remember, these 6 warning signs, from spatial awareness to blood biomarkers, form a powerful early detection system. But there's one more critical piece of information you need to know about protecting your brain health. When it comes to brain health, catching these warning signs early is like having a head start in a race against time. You don't have to wait until memory problems show up to take action. Start by documenting any changes you notice and sharing them with your doctor. Remember, these signs don't guarantee dementia, but spotting them early gives you the best chance at preserving brain function. The real power lies in your awareness and quick action. Your loved one's future could depend on what you notice today.